welcome back to my channel. Today I plan on reviewing The Girl on the Train, which I don't have the book on me because it was a book club book, but I can guarantee you I read it like 3 times. It was that good. And so I'm very excited. I'm very excited to get to finally talk about this story because this is one of my favorite books, honestly. Yeah. This initial part is pretty much spoil-free. It doesn't spoil really any main points or anything, so if you're just curious about the book, then here are some points to it that I think would be very nice for you to know. So, The Girl on the Train is basically about a girl who's an alcoholic and stalks her husband. So me in 15 years. Okay. But really, the main character, Rachel, aka the girl on the train, she takes a train to go to the city every week because she's been lying to her roommate about her not having a job. She ends up watching this couple whose backyard basically faces where the train is going. So every day she sees them and she makes this creative little story about them, and eventually something wrong happens and the wife disappears, and Rachel, for some reason, has an idea of what might happen and has some crucial information that might help find her. So she decides to go to the police, and that's where the story basically starts. It's pretty interesting opening. At first I was kind of confused about the character, but the character as it went on got more and more interesting. Yeah, like I said, initially I read this book for book club and I thought it was just a book club book, it'd be fine, and then I read it and it got really good, and so the second I finished it I just picked it up and reread it a second time. And that time was really interesting to go back and be like, okay, well, that point obviously foreshadowed that, and be able to figure all that out, so I think that helped me understand a lot more that happened. That was pretty cool. And then the character also itself of Rachel, she's a very compelling character, and not because she's amazing or flawless, because she's not that by any means. She sometimes just makes you want to slap her because of a lot of things she does through the story, but the way she grows and slowly starts to work through some of the problems that are very clearly stated run her life, and throughout the story figuring out what's happened to this lady helps her kind of overcome a few of these things and to realize what she needs to work on in order to fix it. And that shows really good character growth, which sometimes you don't always see. That's pretty cool. And then another thing about the ending, the ending of the story, well, it's not like, woo, she gets everything she wants initially and all that. It suits the character. Though one of the problems I also had with it in the beginning, one of the problems I had with the first time reading around, which got definitely resolved, is I got very confused about the characters and I kept mixing up who was who. And so I'd read a chapter and then I'd be like, oh wait, it got flipped onto that. It might just be me not being very smart when reading the story, not realizing this, but sometimes it just got a little confusing. And especially because the characters' personalities in certain ways mix often, so you could be reading a few pages and you're like, oh wait, it's this character. So that's just something I noticed. I'm not sure if that's just me or if that's something a lot of other people notice in the story, but that's just something interesting, I thought. Okay, and now I'm done with the just opening, saying spoil-free stuff. Okay, spoil time in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Anna, or however you pronounce her name, the ending where she goes down to the husband and just turns that into his throat, more basically making sure he dies. I did not see that coming at all. It's like, okay, he's gonna go to jail, it's gonna be great, and then she just walks up and does that, and it's like, he's dead now. Or the whole phone call thing where she kept saying that it was Rachel calling, but in reality it was also, Megan calling, and so we had that whole realization, which I just figured was her exaggerating, so that caught me off guard too. Or the whole part of Megan having a baby originally, and then the whole reason of her being killed. There's so much stuff. However, I did know that the husband, what was his name even? I have no idea. I don't have a book on me to know, so he's just the husband. He can get that label, whatever. And I did not feel super shocked by the time it was revealed he was the killer. I realized pretty fast it was him, and there's a few times where I did question it, but I mostly stuck to the point he must be it. And surprise, surprise, that's how it ended. So that wasn't the craziest thing, but I thought the characters helped push that story, so it was still compelling, even without being a whole shock and being a complete left turn. And I also, I'm trying to think what else. There's so much that happens throughout the story. Oh, the part in the opening where she's just cooking steak, cuts her finger, and passes out. I don't know why, but I thought that was pretty funny. It's a pretty interesting part, too. And her roommate is actually a really nice character, too, because it's pretty realistic. She really does care about her friend and her roommate, kind of. But it's just, in those situations, what do you do? So it was interesting seeing how she reacted to it, and that's how someone probably would react to it, instead of just, oh, you're gonna keep making these mistakes and it'll be fine. No. She acted how you expect it. I mean, would you want to live with someone who's throwing up on the carpet and constantly drunk? No. So her reaction was pretty honest to me. I thought that was pretty true of how someone would react. Yeah, and like I said, the ending, I was a little shocked by the ending. I knew how it was going to end because I already had figured out who the killer had been, who had killed Megan, but the way we got to that realization, I wasn't quite expecting. So that was pretty interesting to see too. Oh, which, by the way, I have a new plant. It's a croton, I think so it's pronounced. It's really pretty. I need to name it because if I name a plant, it's less likely to die. But just let's have a break between parts of the story just to see my beautiful new plant. I love it. I also have my marble queen up here. It's pretty sad looking though because it's kind of recovering. It kind of got burned. Sorry. So yeah, that's a pretty cool part. And it felt like a kind of Gone Girl ripoff at times. It was very similar, which a lot of these take the same mystery aspects, and Gone Girl's another one I really like, and I enjoyed a lot too, but I felt like this one was much more interesting. I like the characters a lot more, so that was pretty cool. So that's about everything I really have to say. I kind of mashed this one together really fast, because I'm still finishing the book I figured I would be done with by now to review, but we just had finals. In fact, today was the last day of finals, so I'm a little everywhere. And so I will have much more coming out that's much better fleshed out than just this quick all-together review of a story, but yeah, it's gonna be doing that. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Quinn_Dejarlis, and I'll be posting hopefully more often at better quality now the summer's here. Thank gosh. It felt like forever with the whole Snowmageddon thing that happened. We had another week added on basically to school, so had to wait a little longer, but now we're finally out of it. So, woo! Again, thank you for watching. Bye!